Hello. Oh, my camera settings are all wrong. Hello, everyone. Hello, Lucy. Dolbob stream. Can't believe Andre publicly declared how much he hates you last night. It's sad to see content creators fight. That's true. He does hate me. We're beefing now. That's the update. We're beefing. Oh, let me change my camera settings. It yellowed me. This camera's very fussy, and if I don't set the damn settings every single time I open OBS, it resets them each time. So I need to put you away. Okay. That's slightly better. Hey, Fires. Do you want a punching bag for Magic Woman stream? I'm coding on NRO right now and happy to have JNet open and hit yes on runs. Do people want to see like me pilot Magic Woman, I guess Mega Magic on JNet? Like it would probably be good to have more footage of the deck existing, but like I feel like I've put it out there. Like it's people if people are interested in it, they can just play it now. It's all public. There's a stream of me playing on stream, but like it was really bad. It's a shame that the game that I played on stream was probably the messiest because I actually did go over MU. Not in a way that I couldn't have fixed. Like if you were to look at the thing carefully, the combo was all like true as of when I started doing it. But I did mishandle it and didn't install MU when I should have. I think it's value to me talking through the decisions that I make when I play. Yeah, I did release that guide of like how to play it. And people seem to like that. Obviously, I didn't expect really anyone to care about that at all, but people seem to appreciate it enough. Yeah, okay, I could play. I could play a game of Magic Woman. The thing is, unfortunately, Mega Magic is a kind of deck where if it works, and maybe I can show something off. But if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and there's nothing to really show. It's not very interesting Netrunner in terms of like, a losing game of Magic, sorry, Mega Magic is not especially interesting to watch. Um, okay, Lucy, boot up, and I will. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? It wasn't in the plans, but that's completely fine. For those unaware, Mega Magic combo deck I made, fun one. Really, it's a runner like OTK deck, wins in one turn. I imagine most people know because I've done a video about it recently, and if you're in the GLC, you'll be seeing people talking about it. And I was kind of waiting for the other content creators to release their statement on what they think about it. So Andre streamed now, and he mentioned it. He was with Pat, and it was good that he was with Pat because it just I'll track up a game, Lucy. Um, it was good that Pat was there because Andre is too kind to actually critique what I say, like what I've done. So he was very cautious about like, now this isn't me hating Double Bulb. It's because obviously the deck is very tied to me right now because I'm the only one who has played it. I'm probably the only one who really can play it right now. Um, so Andre didn't want to bully me by telling everyone that he thinks that this deck is evil and messed up and cruel. Okay, so this hand has Ritual and Creative Commission in it, so it's a keep. And it also has some installables, which are nice. Read, Write, Share is like the nuts keep, but you keep Ritual and Creative Commission just because it lets you get off the ground. So Andre didn't want to be too aggressively anti the deck because that's just basically the same as being like, I don't like what Double was doing. But the thing is, I'm completely fine with people not liking what the deck does. Like that is part and parcel of the fun, I feel. Like it's nonsense. It's kind of BS. Um, that's what makes it so unusual. Uh, so yeah, I mean, the deck was not me actually trying to make like a fun Netrunner deck, right? The deck was me seeing how far you're allowed to push the rules of Netrunner. Um, I don't think I need to host with this read write. You only absolutely need to start hosting with your read writes when you're uh, a number of turns away from the combo, so it doesn't get full. So what I've been realizing is that you don't always need to host. You can choose not to. Is it time to get Super Corridor down, or do I want to get something else down? Simulship's a bit cheaper than Super Corridor, and there's pretty much no chance that I'll get the chance to get the 2 credits. So bring me down to 4-3. Maybe that's too tight, or maybe it's just like pretty easy to play Super Corridor Nuka as my last 2 clicks, and then I can install. Oh no, that actually increases my hand size. So I need to do it a different way. I'm going to install Simulchip Nuka. That way my hand size is still 5. At the end of my turn, I can install the Super Corridor. That way next turn I can use Nuka to get up above the hand size. Humanoid, so fast start from PD. Issue with PD is that with Seamless Launch, they might just win before we can combo. But we'll see what we can do. We've had a good start so far. We've found a creative. We've found 2 Simulchips already. Now we just need to find Gachapons. Okay. Now this is our hosting for Trashables. We've got 2 Simulchips. The Muse probably needs to be overdrawn. And we're going to use read write share for chromatophores. And when you find a second read write share for these Illumination and Ashen. We would like money. We didn't find another creative, which is annoying. I could click Nuka to draw, and then I have 2 clicks. Or I could just like draw, play, play. Draw, play, play would bring up to 9. I need to end on 7, so I could draw, play, play works. But then I can't actually install everything. So I could draw, credit T400, end of turn discard Peter Chow. I don't really want to gain credit, but also maybe... we'll be aggressive. Let's Nuka. Okay, we did find creative. That's really nice. So I can Nuka creative. End of turn discard. I'm going to get rid of this Muse, which is actually good. And then... let's say this T400. Which I can install. And do I need all of my MU? I've found quite a bit, and we're going to need to go quite quickly. So I don't think I'll need all of it. So we'll say that 1 T400 can go. I could also choose Oilers and just grab it with Simulchip. Let's do that. And we're going to install the T400 out of these. YouTube is tagging me under Magic the Gathering. You know what? That's probably fine. That's a bigger audience. Oh, my camera's covering up the art. That's not good. That's not good for anyone. There we are. My camera settings are also messed up, but we'll figure that out later. Okay, double ice on R&D makes sense. This is still my installables host, so I'm going to put 1 more installable on it. Cybertroop is nice to have. Ooh, yes. Okay, I can do this again. Then I can T400 creative. We don't need both the in the groove, so we're just going to in the groove and Gachapon. Okay, we didn't find the second read-write share, which is a bit annoying, but fine. Architect deployment test is good. There is something to be said about running the remote to force money, and none of the ice should punish us too hard. Visitron was the inspiration for the title. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's very funny. It's awesome. Do I need to host anything with this read write? Yeah, I think I've got maybe enough MU now, seeing as that went on. Yeah, so Lucy kindly put this on HQ. So I've got to go fast to make sure that another agenda doesn't get scored, which will put us on a timer. This is going to get shuffled. It can probably, like, if assuming I find some gachapons pretty soon, this is going to put in these 3 installables, and then anything else I put on is probably going to get RFG'd. I need most of the stuff in hand. I think I can do without 1 MU, and I can always choose not to RFG it if I really need to. Okay, let's chuck 1 MU on there. It can probably be T400. No, it can be DZ, because I'm going to triple draw install DZ probably. Let's say install T400. Ooh, read-write chair is nice. Draw, draw. Okay, maybe we don't have time to install the read-write share. I might just need to install Gachapon. What it's worth, no matter what the outcome of the Magic Man discourse is, it's incredibly sick that I caused it. Yeah, it is. It's really fun. I don't mind at all if it gets banned. I feel no ill will towards anyone. If you think it should be banned, I'm like, yep, that's fair. If you staunchly want it not to be banned, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's also fine. I truly, yeah, don't have like a incredible take on it. It's just fun to be amongst it. Okay, this is where I think, am I going to just lose to a train Myoshu? Probably not, unless they have, yeah, there's probably not going to be a train Myoshu line here. Because even with like, I guess if it was double seamless, click, credit, like gain credit Myoshu, that would be pretty fast. But I don't think I can combo this turn. If I could play, we're on turn 6 now. So I could, this is the turn where I could play In the Groove, Cyber Trooper, and then start shuffling, double Gachapon. Yeah, this would be a tough one to get everything down. I've got currently 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 MU, which is really good. Plenty for 2 ice. I'll just take another turn to set up. There's no need to take super big risks here. installing one more simul chip and maybe a credit. I can just draw again, make sure I have... Maybe drawing's not that useful anymore. Okay, let's say drawing's not that useful anymore. I just need a little bit of credit so I can make sure I have everything that I need. Then the end of turn discard can be a Picha Chow over here. Now we should be good to go. Okay, it's just an off-world, so we have plenty of time. Now we really do need to get going. So we can end the groove. We are going to shuffle these in because we need to. Is there anything we want to fetch first? Probably not. We need Chromatophores Picha Chow. There's one Picha Chow on the deck that we need to get. What's the largest number of R&D ice this deck can possibly deal with? Depends on how many code gates. Assuming that none of them are code gates, the answer is like 3. 3 non-code gates is fine. 4 is an issue because we've only got 3 chromatophores. That's at the point where we start needing to so it's the point where we start having issues. Okay, so I need to read, write, share. Gachapon. I'm definitely going to need Monkey Wrench for free. Sounds really nice because it's cheap. But also we need Picha Chow at some point. We do have 3 simul chips. One of them is for Euler. We haven't found our conduit. Let's grab... Is that equally true if they're all big code gates? Monkey Wrench means that you can have a lot of big code gates and it won't matter. Let's start with Picha Chow. We're going to draw a card, I suppose. We're going to shuffle back in Illumination for sure. Monkey Wrench and Chromatophores. You probably don't need Gauss in this matchup. We're going to do Cyber Trooper to gain credit. We're going to grab back in the Euler for sure. Let's draw cards. That's nice to have. Let's spree R&D. Drafter. Okay, so we just need a chromatophore for that. We can fetch the chromatophores using a muse into our hand. Grabbing the chromatophores from our hand, which is the most difficult one to get. So let's do that. In the groove is going to get us a credit. It's going to grab from our grip chromatophores. Just going to gain us another credit. We're going to use one spree counter to move this one over here. And then we're going to continue to approach. Hagen is fine. I'm going to grab a... I could move this chromatophores, but I'm actually just going to grab another one, I think. Let's see whether I hit it off Gachapon first. We did hit it, but we also found Picha Chow. we also found stowaway. So this simul chip can go and fetch Muse, which can fetch stowaway. This one can just chromatophore him. There's also conduit. Conduits I need to install for the things to start making sense. Actually, RFGing here is going to be super annoying. I could RFG one of the chromatophores because I do have another one and I only need two. So let's grab conduit here, which I'm going to take a credit because I need to break things. Shuffling back one illumination, one Peter Chow, one stowaway. Removing a chromatophores and a DZ. Then I'm going to pop this for a Muse. And I can either Muse for the stowaway and put it on the Hagen so that I can refund this run, and then I just use Spree to get the chromatophores onto the drafter. Or I can grab a chromatophores with it, which might make more sense actually because I can't rely on drawing the chromatophores and I don't have any other way to pull it. So we're just going to have to make the credit counts work for a moment. I could also just play Hush on it, but that actually is bad. No, never mind. So in the groove here is going to give me a credit, just to make sure I stay on top of things. In the stack there should be another chromatophores. And that will give me a credit. Now I can match link the fully break for 1. And breach server, spin doctor is lovely. Toggle this to auto. Now I have plenty of MU to start just jamming things and hoping that these draw consecutive stuff. And I think that's probably the right thing to do. So let's illuminate. Let's not waste any time. Oh, also this Muse trashes itself when I install things. I need to find a stowaway or the next Peter Chow as quickly as possible. So that's free. This cost me 1, which is slightly annoying. This one's going to give me a credit because I'm definitely going to need a credit each time. So I guess I draw first. That's nice. This one gains me a credit to make the next run. And this one is going to make everything else free going forward. Then I can illuminate. Now we're cooking because now we actually make credits off of our runs and we draw our deck and it's all gravy. So we can do you over here, draw a card, you over here, draw a card, and then I'll do you because that's going to grab my Peter Chow. Peter Chow over here. Then we can Gatorga. Yup. Spending our last beautiful credit for the Hagen. Grab back another illumination. No action. We're just going to... Lucy's just going to let us go through. So I'm not going to have to like actually break the subroutines each time, which is one optimization you can do in person very easily, but online it is not so simple. This is where I have to ashen. This is where I run R&D. How many illuminations got RFG? So ashen epilogue. Remove simulchip, nuka, ritual, simulchip, read, write, share. Really good RFGs. Unfortunately, we didn't draw a great way to like another illumination, which is how we keep the combo going. So we can either grab our clicks on Peach Chow and play a big ritual, or if we had more money, I would get the clicks on Peach Chow and play the Peach Chows to draw. But in this case, we're just going to run R&D and play a ritual after cashing out these clicks because we don't actually have that many credits. So I'm just going to draw 5, and hopefully that will find the illumination that we want. If you have infinite credits at this point, which you may do if you're not paying 1 each time, I recommend you do this slightly differently. You instead of playing that big let's keep drawing so that we can make sure that we find our next copies of illumination. There's one. We are slowly going up on clicks, up on credits. I'm sorry, this is very zoomed out, more zoomed out than it actually has to be. But you definitely can't see what's in my hand very clearly. Now, I could make everything free by installing this monkey wrench, which actually might be good to do at some point. I have the spare MU for it. Why not, right? It's going to be a lot of credits in the long run, which can help me trash everything. Actually, I think I just have it if I just run R&D over and over again. Because I have another Katorga and another Illumination that I need to find, but I think I should be able to find that. I think I can see all of R&D, and if that doesn't work, I'll just have to spree server 1. Or maybe HQ, so I can run a couple of times. We're going to try and be optimal by draw, draw, draw. Okay, that's good. That's what we need because we're going to go up 1 credit with this run. So then we can afford to play the Katorga, which can go and fetch us a thing. Actually, we want to be at slightly higher credit total. Yeah, okay, now we go R&D. And we get our illumination back. Now we do this. There's still 1 more illumination in the deck, so we'll keep drawing. And then it's just Credit City. And we're gonna draw a card. There it is. Now none of the other cards matter, so we just gain credits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This feels good. This is an intended play pattern, right? Don't lie to me. This is how Netrunner is meant to be played. I'm pretty sure this is how Netrunner is meant to be played. This should be a starter deck, I think. Lucy's asking if I want to shorthand any of this stuff. I think I think I'll run R&D 5 more times. So I'm going to gain 5 more conduit counters. I'm going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credits. I'm going to then conduit, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks. I think that's all the math. Then I am going to conduit run R&D and hopefully just win. Seeing 20 cards. But if not, I will just trash everything as well. Not that, that's too much. That I will, sure. Yeah. Okay, so I could do another run at R&D and then try some pokes at HQ, or I could even spree through to server 1. There it is. Okay, and there you go. So you saw the entire deck. Now Lucy was sandbagging a little bit. This run obviously belonged on R&D, which would have required us to install another chromatophores and a monkey wrench, but we actually did have the clicks to do that, so it wouldn't really have made a difference, I don't think. We were very well set up. So yeah, that's the deck. Now you have more footage of me playing it fully legally now. Let me clear up so you can see the or just, yeah, maybe you didn't know. Because like people were icing HQ against me in tournament, which is like you just don't ever ice HQ against the stack. You literally just spam into your remote and win as quickly as you possibly can. You do not play normal Netrunner. I gained 54 clicks that game. Lucy got a humble 23. I think that's about even. That's probably fine. Fun. Why do they call me Sloppenheimer? Because I made a deck that is not fun to play against. It's kind of, yeah, a bomb that I released. I showed everyone exactly how to do it, and then said, "Wait, hey, I just made it. Okay, I'm not the one making you use it." The runner already gets extra clicks, so it's already been deemed fair by the Netrunner rules that it's fine for runners to get more clicks than Corpse. So this is actually normal, and you should like it. Why do you not do a conduit run on these, says Peter? It's because I don't want to get my virus halfway through. Now this deck probably isn't on my virus, but I don't know that. If there's a virus in the deck, I'm much happier just seeing the top card over and over again until I decide to see the entire thing. There's no reason in this deck to go like progressively further and further through. so I just don't. Like this specific list, well, we can see that it wasn't on my virus, but there was no reason to think that it wouldn't be. Oh, not Yeti is here. Well, the stream's been up for 40 minutes. Bro, I guess the first 5 minutes were like starting. So that was like a 30-minute game? No. Yeah, okay, 30-minute game. That was a 30-minute game that lasted 6 turns. A 30-minute game that lasted 6 turns technically is well within the normal amount of time for a Netrunner game to take. To take 6 turns? No, that was 7 turns, I think. I considered going off on turn 6. I ended up deciding to go off on turn 7. Mari did that a lot. Yeah, Mari was a bit better than this deck, I will say. Like this deck is okay. Mari was really good. One has spent a lot of time thinking. It's hard. Like, it's possible that like I will get so good at this deck that I no longer need to like spend any time thinking about whether I have it or what the correct line is. It's possible that anyone can become like naturally just like super familiar with any deck, but this one is pretty tough. What happens if someone puts a fly swatter on R&D and just reses it when you have like 15 virus counters? If there's a suspiciously unresed ice on R&D, you're supposed to hush it. There is a hush in the deck. Technically, there's influence for another hush, but that would require cutting a sure gamble, which is maybe fine, but risky. So yeah, you hush unresed ice if none of the resed ice is presenting a problem for you. Because it could also be like a Event Horizon or something. Although Event Horizon is technically not that big of a deal. It only denies you 3 clicks because it only denies one, whatchamacallit, one illumination. I guess it denies you 4 clicks because you don't get the illumination run counter, and it denies you 4 conduit counters because you don't get the illumination run that you were on, and you also don't get the 3 clicks that you would have gotten off that. So one Event Horizon that isn't hushed could cost you 4 conduit counters. But if you desperately need that hush elsewhere, maybe that's just like a worthy trade. Is there enough taxing ice that breaks the run sustainably? Well, in the deck, yeah. If Lucy put like 3 runs on R&D and could afford to res them all, which probably wasn't the case, especially if I would have poked at her server at any time, her server 1. Then yeah, that would be too much. Actually, like kind of, it's pretty close. 3 brands would be tough because I would have not much money. If there were 4 brands or 3 brands and a Hagen, that would be too much. I wouldn't be able to chromatophores them all. So there is such a thing as too big of a server or too weird of a server to get in. Like 3 fly swatters, I can't hush 3 fly swatters. So that would be probably good enough, except for the fact that I could like continuously conduit if I really needed to do that. Cloud Eater doesn't do much. Empiricist also doesn't do that much. Lionsbane is just 1 chromatophores. Boto is, yeah, if you can get like 4 of those things, then yeah. But if you just have 3 of any of Cloud Eater's, Empiricists, and Lionsbanes, Lucy, that doesn't really matter to me. Lionsbane is literally just a chromatophore target. Empiricist is a chromatophore target. Cloud Eater is a chromatophore plus Monkey Wrench. That's fine. And Boto is either chromatophores Monkey Wrench or chromatophores Hush. But so if you can afford to res all of those, then yeah, you got it. Samak is teched for. There is a Gauss in the deck specifically for Tattoo Bowlers and Samaks, because I figure, in theory, people should be playing Alco. Alco is not that bad. The Leprechaun Ice you might be thinking of is Klevetnik, and it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. The ability written on Talu is, and this actually came up in the tournament that I played, uh, where, well, let me bring it up on in RDB. Klevetnik. So it's a barrier which requires a command force, which is obviously annoying. And it says, when you res this ice during a run against the server, you may have the runner gain 2 credits. If you do choose an installed resource, that resource loses all abilities until your next turn ends. But this doesn't work against Cyber Trooper Talu, because how many Cyber Troopers are there? Because this says whenever you install a non-AR icebreaker, meaning at the time of you installing the what's it called? The Gauss, which you should have done earlier in the turn. That's when like an effect is applied to the Oiler, sorry. That's when the effect is applied to the Oiler. It doesn't matter that Cyber Trooper Talu gets disappeared. Safer, hello. Hey. I saw I featured on actually is this the Safer that we know and love? I don't know. Safer Waters? That is Safer, right? Yeah, if it was an aura effect, I don't know if that's what they called in Netrunner, but that's what they would call it in Magic and other games. Then and it said, like Lucy says, all icebreakers have +2 strength, then yes, Klevetnicking this would turn it off. But because it says when you install it, it gets like a buff, that is not hushable. Fun fact, it's not Klevetnickable. But the interaction came up because Kikai thought that it would work and was disappointed, but it doesn't work for the same reason that Hush doesn't work on Klevetnik. So if it did work, if it was ruled that way, then I would be able to hush the Klevetnik and that would work. Oh, it is Safer. Hello, Safer. I enjoyed the most recent episode of Measured Response. It's a good show. It's a good thing you got going there. You should. I'm gonna offer advice strangely publicly. You should do thumbnails, because I mean I'll do them for you if you tell me what to do. But you should do amazing, beautiful thumbnails like I do, and you get more views. You know what does work? 6 strength ice with Vime. 6 strength ice doesn't work because I have Monkey Wrench. So you need like 3 6 strength ice to do anything, probably 4, because with Monkey Wrench, 6 strength ice, and then you also put a Vime. Yeah, that would work. I could hush the Vime, obviously, and I have hushed Vime before, but yeah, I'm sure I have played a game where I had to hush a Vime, and that was the first time I've ever hushed a Vime. Double, will you engage in wild ban list speculation for our entertainment? Both the standard and startup ban lists were written yesterday, and I'm curious what I'm expecting. What am I expecting? Okay. I'm expecting basically no changes at all. Obviously it would be fun if In the Groove or Peter Chow got banned. Of those, probably In the Groove is going to be more likely to get hit, because Peter Chow is being used like quite honestly by Arisana, and it's like perfectly fine for the game. But like I think it would be very preemptive, or like unusually preemptive, to say like we're going to kill the deck immediately, like on site. Only Dullbulb has played it, no one else has even had the chance, and we're getting rid of it. Now I would be fine if they did that. I wouldn't mind, because I've had my fun. It goes down in history. That's all good. But I doubt. I just, I don't think that's going to happen. The only other thing, maybe Devil Charm. Maybe. Because I mean, for me personally, I consider Seb being the best to be bad. I like Seb. I think Seb should be playable. But he shouldn't be the best. That's just not the strategy that should be, like, I don't want to say uncontested top 1 strategy, but my fiance has arrived home. So you will all need to see nothing for a moment. Just bring out Subway Surfers. I'm back. I'm back. Um, what do you do if you assume it isn't Devil Charm based on the revealed Megas pricing today? Oh yeah, the Megas pricing is up. Let me quickly check what that was because I saw it, but I haven't internalized it. Do do do. Where is it? It's going to be under Null Signal Games News. Okay, so it's. I can bring this up. Methuselah. Playmat, which looks cool. I love this art. This is quite striking, I think. What's this? Devil Charm. Well, I mean, this is just. Isn't that like a stereotype or something that you get banned cards in the prize pool of worlds? And then ping. I don't know. I don't really use alt arts that much. Pretty much at all, because I like my cards being readable for streams if I go on them. I don't actually use any of this stuff, but this is cool art. I would, yeah, this is a cool playmat. I have enough playmats, but I'd work to get this. This, yes, like maybe Devil Charm should go. I think that's like no one would consider that to be an unpopular opinion, and no one would have considered it to be an unpopular opinion for ages. But like, it also is not, you know, it's not like single-handedly ruining the meta or anything. I don't want to exaggerate and say I'm not enjoying the meta. I think the meta is very good, except for that I do think that Seb is not fun for it. Because like I would love to be playing poetry. I would be playing poetry at every tournament I go to, and I'd be crushing people. I would be having a great time, and I would create abominable board states and winning games. But I can't do that because as long as Seb is legal, that deck is completely unplayable. But like as long as Seb is as good as he is, because everyone's going to be playing him. Everyone's going to be playing him because he's really good, and he's just has this, you know, allure in the UK at least. I don't know if that's an international fact. And yeah, poetry just can't win. Can't win against Seb. So until something happens to Seb, I will not be able to play poetry, which makes me pretty sad. That being said, it's still fun to like adapt. I wouldn't like. I played the tag list, the tag Malaeus, that Sanjay made, or a similar list at the Reading event, and didn't do great with it because I was not very good at it. I'd only been playing it for like one day to prepare. Oh, and that was on stream. Have I tried Reverb and poetry? Safer Reverb is garbage. I'm sorry. Reverb is like the worst ice ever. It's so bad. No, I haven't tried Reverb and poetry. I wouldn't even. It's not good. What do you mean? How could it be good? What possible matchup could it help in? Do I think Ice Wall is bad? I wouldn't play Ice Wall in poetry. I think Ice Wall's good in like Ob. I think Ice Wall's like, yeah, when you visit for one credit, it's like fine. Have you seen Ablative Barrier? Check that card out. That's a hell of a card. That's my only barrier that I run in poetry. You want to see my poetry list? Well, at least where it got to before I realized that it can't beat Seb and there's no way to build it that would beat Seb. This is my poetry list. This is the only barrier acceptable. I would need to have, for it to cost 1, so Revo starts at 4, and it doesn't count itself. I would need to have 3 of my other pieces of ice. Now, there's only 8 other pieces of ice if these were reverbs. And like, what do they help with? Now, this deck does draw real fast and will find these pieces of ice, but also you're going to res these pieces of ice. Yeah, this is a very asset-heavy version, which is part of why it just can't win against Seb, because this number of ice just can't deal with the amount of Audrey counters you get from this. Let alone, like, having to respect transfer and stuff is impossible. And then if, like, 2 of these get destroyed, then you need to find 2 more. It's super annoying. I think this beats like almost everything else. I think this would have, if Crim was the best, this would have winning matchups into almost every criminal that you can play. I think if anyone played Shaper right now, this would be winning matchup into every Shaper deck. Dominates Arisana. Very difficult for Arisana to deal with all this. But it just insta loses to Seb, so it's no good. Anyway, I need more wild ban list speculations. See, I'm not expecting very many changes. I'm not really expecting a magic ban. Although I would be perfectly pleased if it did happen. I don't think they're going to ban Ob. I think we just have to put up with it forever and pretend like we're all having fun. For some reason, Ob needs to be like replaced or something like that. There's no just like option to make every other Wayland way more interesting by like banning Ob. My question is there a way to make this more robust into Seb? No. Like, you can swap everything out for fly swatters. Like, you can see, I didn't originally have any fly swatters. But I started putting in more ice and started to transition into more fly swatters. And then I've got things like Managam Skunk Works, because Seb still needs to play the clicks and credits. He isn't always able to do that. In theory, the working prototype package means that I can put Seb resources on top of the deck. So in theory, like if they have a very slow start, I could maybe lock them. So like there is tech into Seb, but it doesn't matter. Like the amount of deck changes I would need to do to win even like a percentage of equity into Seb will be so like gutting for the actual like tempo that it's better just to hope that you don't play Seb and just accept the 90% loss rate. Is there a way to make this more robust and show well losing equity? Yeah, so that's the thing. I'd have to lose hella equity into other lists. What you can do is you can play PD, and PD can play into Seb. It still is heavily losing, but it's slightly less losing because they can play more from hand. So they can stick like one asset and still score something out, whereas this is a board state dominating deck. It needs to hold things. How do you best tech a flood the market PD deck into Seb or Buzzsaw, Tungsten Tailor, Anarchs? I think it is a delusion to think that you can just like beat Tungsten Tailor Anarchs. You need to win before they can afford to install Tungsten Tailor and Buzzsaw. Because HB, like none of your ice will cost them any number of credits anymore. The credits that they spent installing Tungsten Tailor and Buzzsaw, those are 2 expensive cards, is what you need to leverage. You need that opening window where they've spent all that money is what you got to work with. If they just click 1 and 2 price into Tungsten Tailor Buzzsaw, I don't think there's a way for those decks to be built that really work. Similarly, if they get like Tungsten Tailor Audrey, you'll lose. The tech, I guess, is like you swap them all out with fly swatters and say, until you find it, these are robust, and after you find it, nothing is robust. Hagen could be a bad face check for Seb. Yeah, I mean, technically Hagen works. I'm never so sure about Hagen in these lists. I think Hagen's kind of an expensive card that doesn't win you tempo when you visit. A lot of these are really good. So Sleipnir wins you tempo because you draw a card and you can put a Flood the Market or Fully Up back in. Ablative Barrier is does the job and is very cheap, but also has like hella tricks in the late game. That's why Reverb is in the deck. They can't blow up your ice if you don't res it. It doesn't go to zero. It's true, it doesn't go to 0 strength for Tungsten Tailor. It does cost 2 to break with Rising Tide. Almost always. Which, maybe you get lucky and like it actually does cost you 1, but maybe it's turn 1 and you get transferred and you either need to res your ice on HQ or you lose. I don't know. It's just so bad. Like, the best case scenario is so intensely mediocre. Like, you can get a slightly better Kessleroid, basically, for Reverb. I mean, maybe it's slightly worse Kessleroid because the text on Kessleroid matters. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't strike fear into my heart. Yeah, I don't think Alex care about this. This is still an orderly counter, right? So it doesn't fix any problems. Anyway, I want to make OP's team, the organized play team's life slightly harder. That's what I'm here for. And I'm going to do that by playing in the groove outside of Magic, outside of Mega Magic. That way, when they say that in the groove can be banned without any repercussions, they're lying. Anyway, the person who won the Reading tournament, Chunky Seal, was them, right? Let me check that. Fact check that while I talk. Was on some interesting lists, and they're a very talented player. And they messaged me today telling me they liked the Magic deck. Yeah, they were an RE player. They liked the Magic deck and they wanted to take that inspiration from the incredible Picha Chow and Illumination package and use it for an Arisana deck that kind of hedged between instant win combo and actually interacting and playing the game, which is very interesting to me. Because yeah, you could probably do that. Like, this is probably not exactly the list that I would use to do that. For one thing, it's 53 cards. My combo deck, I would advise no combo deck should be 53 cards. But this is not just a combo deck, right? It's doing a lot of things, actually. Lucy says, we've played RE OTK decks before. There's in-person footage of me playing it on the Rigging Up channel, but honestly, OTK RE isn't as in the groove dependent as the Magic combo is. How are you OTKing with Arisana? Is it the Magic combo? Or is it like Deep Dive? Because Deep Dive RE was what won Reading. That was Chunky Seal's list. I think there was like one Deep Dive in there, but that's just fine to do. So now there's a couple of issues that I'm seeing off the rip. Bling is awesome. Bling is an awesome idea for this list because it's going to actually draw you a huge number of cards. It's Illumination and Picha Chow or Pantograph plus Picha. Okay. Panto Picha is like much more modular, I feel, because you don't have to commit to a full combo. You can just progressively dig and like maybe you just win. There's footage of Pantograph Picha to see half of the deck OTK. Huh. Was that after my original Magic deck? Or does that predate my Pantograph Picha Chow list? Okay, that's pretty cool. Wow, okay. That's cool. This list is doing something. It's got one in the groove, which is fewer than Magic has. Fewer Magic is running two just for consistency. It's got Monkey Wrench, so you can see the bones. The issue is a couple of issues. Two blings, probably too many blings, what I'm thinking. But maybe that's not true in a big deck, but we want to make the deck smaller. DZMZ Optimizer is amazing, but we've only got 3 of them, and we've only got, so that means we can get +4 total MU, which is not nearly enough for our 23 programs. So I don't know how we're going to be able to like remotely Peter Chow properly, because we just won't have the MU to actually hold this stuff. Like, I'm running damn super corridors how much I want MU for Magic. Now, this probably doesn't need to do full Magic because you're expecting less ice on R&D, because Arisana is actually going to poke remotes on and HQ. We've got Offensive Fueno, so we're trashing things. We're actually interacting. No free lunch, just I guess partially because it's good and partially because it procs bling, which is funny. Stone Chip also procs bling. I think if I tried to pilot a bling version of this, I would have an. Well, I think it was Lucy's suggestion to put bling into Magic, and I tested that extensively, and I really liked it until I realized that it was actually a crutch. Because yes, bling does draw your entire deck on the Magic turn, and if they do ban in the groove, I will switch to a bling version that draws its entire deck with bling instead. Because whenever triggers, if a card says whenever on it, you should look at it twice. This is the card game in the card game Bible, and this says whenever. So you can trivially draw your whole deck with this, just like you can do with In the Groove. Briefly, it was both. I was doing bling and In the Groove. Then I realized actually just In the Groove is enough to draw your deck. You don't need bling. Even after Ashen, you can draw everything you need by just doing In the Groove shenanigans. If In the Groove does get banned, I will adapt the deck to be the best possible deck, because that's what I do. And bling doesn't pay money. Yeah, that's true. So you don't get credits off of it. You never pivot to like gaining those extra delightful dollars. But you wanted the draw mostly off, like, I don't know, you need the credits as well. So you would need more credits to set up. Because you do take some credits early off of In the Groove when you need them. Noted whenever celebrities include GameNet. Yeah, that's technically true. That is technically true. Now, I don't think you're going to go infinite with GameNet, but maybe there's a world. Maybe there's like a... I don't know. There's not really much you can do with that, but maybe one day we will see the whenever text matter on GameNet. But for now, this one says whenever, so we can draw infinite cards, and In the Groove says whenever. So, whenever's a powerful word, and whenever you see whenever, you know something's up. Other than that, we've got some pretty much normal Arisana stuff. So this is a deck that can interact. We can Muse for our Slap Vandals and Phycerums. We can Arisana down Hushes on reaction, which is pretty cool. We've got 3 stowaways in this list. So we can do like a very non-deterministic, extremely non-deterministic combo where we use the entire Magic thing just to stow away money. And then just say that like Arisana with 600 credits is like... Well, I guess you can't get that many. You can probably get to like 100 if you somehow got a full stowaway. Anyway, I want to try this. They told me it was really bad, and I absolutely believe that to be true. It looks terrible, but that's still awesome. Oops, sorry. Let's jump in. They sent me a single video of something sick, and I assume every other game played of it did nothing. Is this Bling? Oh, hello, Lucy. So, no sandbagging, stream closed. Okay, thank you, Lucy. So this deck is so bizarrely built that I don't know what I'm really mulliganing for other than basic Arisana stuff. And this is definitely not that, so we're gonna mulligan this. Lucy has decided to become a domestic terrorist and play OB Super Heavy Logistics, an ID that I don't expect to be banned, because they have dirt on NSG. No, I'm just going to run server 1 and see if I can interact with this. We just grab propeller. It's Regolith. Just, yeah, it's not good, folks. We lost. We were just hoping that was Anthill. Okay, so we can't contest this. It's too much money now. I could UAV. Let's Nuka. I'll DZ for value. I will Arisana down a Slap Vandal over here. Sandstone, okay. And then we can Readwrite Share. We kind of want Hush. We kind of don't need Monkey Wrench in this matchup. So let's host that. Oh, we found a Bling. If it ever gets banned, I'll stop playing. No, no, you will learn fundamentals. You will learn how to play Netrunner properly. This is nonsense. This is, look at that. Lucy just went up 6 credits, deleted my card, summoned out whatever she wanted, and whenever she pops up, it's so disgusting. Host. Oh man, I don't know. Look. It's all not good, is it? I guess I UAV on something. I'm just going to chuck my Hush down over here so that I can UAV it. Myoshu, can't interact with that. I would like to invite odd players to a Netrunner event one day. They might like it. I don't think they will. I don't think that's the game they want to be playing. If they wanted to play Netrunner, they would... let's host... Ah, you're not going to host. Let's grab you back. Let's start blinging, hey? So we can find some money, because we don't have any money. Agenda? Event Horizon. Oh, we lost. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. The bling is the truth. Do I think NSG will release another set this year? I have absolutely no insight into that, unfortunately. Me and NSG are... yeah, I'm not part of them. Do I think so? I actually don't know how fast their processes are. I don't know. Maybe. is my very insightful answer. I would like it. Okay, well they've over-installed my hush, which is pretty foul. But we do what we must because we can. Do I want to start conduiting? Yeah. Look, it's kind of like magic. Just win. If you just win, we're gonna die to... Okay, if we steal this, we die. So we're not gonna steal it. If they maintain the same cadence as elevation to VP, we should get one, but that's an assumption. Yes. I think that's true. Okay, they've found so much ice, and one of those is actually a event horizon, which is a total disaster. Basically, we can't win this. Unfortunately, like, Ob is too good. We can't really do anything, I don't think. We'll keep playing. I still want these. I'm not sure what to do here. I could like credit then muse for a slap on HQ and then run HQ and then put a stowaway down. I could just put a stowaway down. In the grooves on Bling, no! Okay, maybe we can interact next turn, but I suspect we're going to get Myoshoot. Do I want to host a card? Maybe, do I need all these simul chips? I kind of do want all the simul chips. Let's install simul chip. Stowaway? No, Muse. Going to go through our stack to find chromatophores, and then we're going to spree down the server one. Event Horizon sucks, but we can break it for 0 with. This is so foul that this is just like something that is allowed to happen. Because like now they just fetch, yeah, whatever ice is most useful, and okay. Now what? I can chromatophores that. I can grab a muse for a Euler and then run over here, but then I can't. Like, this is probably a barrier, or it could be Starvcore and I just also insta lose. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue, hey? Well, they've already used OB, so maybe we can get away with this. With it doesn't matter what the agenda is. They've got a that's a fly swatter too. They've got a Myoshu, so that agenda is going to actually be 5 points. Is why we're afraid. Okay, that's annoying, but maybe fine. Okay. We could also be dead to measured here. No, we can't be dead to measured. They're only at that 3. But it is Myoshu, yeah. Okay, now we can like conduit R&D really hard, maybe? Let's do this. Let's grab back, I guess, chromatophores. And let's just see if we can grab. I think I'll just use chromatophores for now. Seamless Vega. I could put another stowaway down to just print loads of money. Oh no, I'm out of things, so I will shuffle this back. Okay, now I get 2 runs where I get big money. Oh, I'll pay to steal that. Now we hope. This is mostly what ob games come down to. Don't lose hope because you might just win slots on R&D. Okay. Do you want to take this back? I actually don't want to take this back, but I think I'm going to continue conduiting. Stuff goes miserable. Yeah, so we lose. Oh, hey, Zave. It's going okay. Okay. I'm losing this game almost for sure. It's not 5 fresh cards because Stavka removes my ability to play the game. So it's 1 card. It's not that. Now I could chip something in. Let's see if Lucy wants to res this. Huh. Okay, so we have lost. Yeah, okay. Um, that's fine. That's what it is. Uh, and we gotta do that forever. We gotta do that forever. I did see 17 random cards on R&D, which is like the primary win condition is just hope to win on centrals. They've got to ban this one day. Like, surely we can't do this forever. Um, but yeah, they'll ban it. But first, they've got to ban Myoshu and Extract. We're here on uh the Measure Response podcast suggested banning Extract, which is so funny because I mean the deck was terrible. The deck was terrible, obviously. Now, is there no potential to this? I don't think there's no potential to this. I don't think there's no potential. But I mean, it needs some work, but that's fine. We can do some work. Firstly, it needs more draw, probably. This felt like I wanted to have like an engine going, and I didn't really get that. Although Ob immediately forced me into a scramble by winning so unbelievably quickly. This was actually turn 11, which is not that fast, but yeah. By pressuring like Basalt Myoshu so early, I needed to interact too much. Um, Felt good getting stowaway money. That was nice. Reefer meme with the doors of wet dead dead whaling cards knocking on Extract's door. Like it's if Extract goes, it's like it's over. Like they don't care. Like they will do anything to not ban the ID, including ban cards that are bad. Extract. I don't know why this was like pretended not to be the case in the podcast. Extract is not any good. Extract is a like barely fine with some synergy okay card. The like No one plays it. BTL would play like 30 cards before it starts playing Extract. Uh, Nuvem doesn't play Extract. Zwicky plays Extract because it kind of has to, but like not three of them and not even always. It's that bad. But like, we have to obviously we have to ban Extract. And if we ban Extract, Stavka is like we can't do Stavka Hafren, man. Like that's just we could ban Hafren and we just and just do this, yeah, do it forever. Just ban everything because the one obviously way too good ID will never go. Zwicky is on one Extract, and yeah, so like there's explicit synergy between Zwicky and Extract because it triggers the IG, and it's like not a particularly good card for the deck. But hey, ban it anyway. Just it's not too cool to die. It's too cool to live, dude. It's too cool to live. Yes, it's way too interesting. Its steak is too buttery. It's genuinely it's not. You'll die on this fight. It's not a fair ID. It is way better than everything else. It has been for a long time. It will be forever. Um, there was a neat BTL Rush deck that did pretty well at a district I was playing. That was playing Extract in a way that made more sense. That's cool. See, I want Extract to see play in a deck that doesn't just make it do whatever you want and make a million credits doing it. I would love to see if Extract is actually good or like what Netrunner decks play Extract. I do not want people to think Extract is good because Ob plays it, because Extract doesn't do that. Extract doesn't fetch you the best influence that you spent, or the ice that is really problematic for the matchup, and ignoring all costs is just crazy text. Like Extract doesn't do that stuff. Extract does something interesting, which is turns your cards that you drew into money and moves them to archives. And there's cool stuff you can do with that. It makes you a lot of money with the Wayland downside of being like, but you churn through a bit of your deck, so how are you going to deal with your agendas if your cards are going? I was gone in and out of being a good meta deck. It has been top tier the entire time that I've been playing Netrunner, which has been over 2 years now. I wake up every day and check for 2 obituaries. One of them is Ob. What's the other one? Because I think that Ob is the only thing I actually like desperately want banned in the entire meta right now. Seb, I would like it if something he had got hit. Because I think it's bad that he's the best runner. I do not strongly feel that Seb himself needs to be banned at all. I think Seb doesn't need to be banned. Maybe Devil Charm is the right answer. Maybe Audrey is the right answer. But Ob needs to go. Like there is no substitute. There is nothing next to Ob or that Ob likes that you can ban. Ob itself, I think, it just needs to go. Audrey, yeah, I mentioned Audrey because like I think Audrey. I don't know. I kind of feel bad because I don't think it's fair that every time runners win any game that we ban an AI. Uh, like we ban dolls. Like maybe the numbers didn't super justify banning dolls specifically by like a huge margin, but dolls were really boring when they were the best breaker. So I was happy to see them go. Even though dolls were not especially good. Audrey is an AI. Let me bring it up. That just does something I don't particularly like to the game. I like that it is interesting, and I like that it is like an alternate way to interact with the game. Like the board state that has Audrey on it is just different, and that's cool. But dolls got banned because they were the best killer in standard. Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't know. My stance was like if breakers, like regular breakers, were like 5% better, no one would be playing dolls except maybe Muesli Hat. But because Cleaver is gone. Like, you do have to play Dolls. You don't have to play Dolls, but Dolls was really good because like Kuapira is like not good. It is a pretty bad breaker. You're sad if you have to play Kuapira, and you have to play Kuapira because there isn't a way better breaker. Rising Tide is okay, but it's not great. It's not great. And you're sad if you have to play Rising Tide, and that's the best thing you can do. Principia is not good. And if you have to do that and rely on that, you're not happy. Pressure Spike is kind of terrible. So like a lot of the breakers at the moment are not astounding. Outside of that, I think runners are good, but breakers are not like, I don't think there's any one breaker that anyone can point to even that's like, this is way above curve. Begamot in Esser is really good, but otherwise we don't have Doom breakers. And Buzzsaw's really good too. Buzzsaw's very strong. But yeah, killers, there are no good killers right now. Revolver's the best one. Yeah, VP had one breaker and it was the worst card in the entire set. That may even be an exaggeration because there were a lot of terrible cards in VP. But this is what we got. Maybe it should be less of a surprise that Audrey is the best breaker in this meta. Because we got this. Borrowed Goods gives it a run for its money, but I'm not going to say I've been more... Like, I haven't been tempted to put more MU into a deck. Like, this is terrible. But it is one influence, and I need more MU for Magic, man. For Mega Magic, sorry. So there's a world where, like, you consider this, and you just install it on the combo turn and just ignore the tag text and just use it as a one influence MU. Because I can't run any more T400s. But, like, I would just run more DZs before that, I think. This is... the world is very strange if you're running this. Untutorably worse Clot is a good shout. I think it's wrong to call it the worst card of the set, though. It's wrong to call this the worst card of the set. The meta's not right for it, but when the meta is right for it, you're gonna... Like, eventually there will be an okay deck slotting this, I think. It's not that bad. Like, this text is sad, obviously, but this top text, -1 agenda point, is really good. Really, really good. If you play that... No, I don't play it over Memory Diamond. I play it because I need to get to, like, 12 MU because it's a Glacier meta or something like that. And Malleus U is putting 4 things on R&D. Just Word on the Street just doesn't do anything. Well, like, there is a meta where Word on the Street does a lot. Yeah, and like if Flood PD is a big deal and I need to slow it down with my control paper deck, which has, you know, it spends some time setting up and doesn't interact, I don't want them to just win out of hand like that. I'd consider it. If Bad Pub was good, which it's not, but if Bad Pub was good, hell yeah, I'd play Word on the Street. You know how much harder it is to score 8 points? Flood can table the agenda, and this becomes like a pretty mediocre card if that's the case. But not even like, you know, it's not like you lose if they table an agenda and Word on the Street just gives you 2 credits in a card draw. That's still fine. Like, it's, you know, it's not great. It's just fine. The issue is that it costs an influence, and I don't have an influence spare in control decks. So this is more for, like, you know, if you genuinely expect fast advance. And it's not unplayable in other matchups. By testing versus Crim, in Crim versus PD made it much easier. You either check the remote or sweep the hand. It buys turns plural. Also, if Nebula or Zuki take off, you'll want it. Like, there's a world where Nebula becomes good. They finally print an MBN Ice that doesn't suck. And, like, doesn't just give tags and do nothing else. And, like, Fast Advanced Nebula becomes good. Hell yeah, I would play Word on the Street if Fast Advanced Nebula was a top 2 deck. I'd slot that, absolutely. If Bad Pub's Wiki or Wayland or Nuvang became a top 2 deck, I would start slotting this. MBN Ice that doesn't suck is illegal. That's true. Actually, they do come for you if you start putting proper end runs on MBN Ice. Oh, we got Grubber. I mean, it's genuinely not terrible on a remote, but it's still not great. Oh, we got paywall. That's true. People were trying to tell me that paywall was worth more than 1 second of consideration. People were telling me you can't just say it's worse than ping and won't see any play. Boom! It's worse than ping and won't see any play. I do deem you unplayable. I'm people. I like paywall. Charming, truly charming. It's so bad. Okay, it's like it's not that bad. Let me fix my camera. Over here looks better. It's not that bad, but like it's so much worse than than ping in the faction that has ping. Paywall is not a worthy one of an ob. You could put a virus in your deck with that much influence. You could cheat. You could break the game with that much influence. It's a 2 credit tax for 1. Let's be real. Tithe is a 2 credit tax for 1. Yeah, it's playable. It is worse than ping though. Like there's a reason obs are not spending an influence on this, even though they are desperately wanting a 1 cost ice. Seb is not the reason this isn't played. Not at all. Like, this isn't good against anyone. Like, Seb can just crew it. It's a 0 strength thing with the Tungsten Tailor. Or they can just pay through it. Seb has plenty of money if that's something that you need. Like, it doesn't do anything. If Seb loses crew, I'm sleeping up GameNet in celebration. Ah. There's no way they ban crew. Right? This crew is quite balanced, I feel. Crew is quite well done. It's too many cards per card, I would say. But that's not a ban-worthy offense. The issue is it too strong? I don't think it's too strong. I think if I don't think crew goes. I think Devil Charm is way more likely to go than crew. Obviously recurring crew is some bullshit, but which we know that. But without Devil Charm, recurring crew would feel like less of a big deal because they would only be destroying your really small ice with it. And if you're destroying many pieces of small ice with crews, it's like, it's still good. Like these decks should be able to win, but I think that's quite a different situation than like the Devil Charm crew, which is like not only do they destroy your big ice, they also destroy your small ice, and then nothing feels like it matters. If your strength of your ice correlates to how difficult it is to trash, then crew becomes quite different, I feel. Like if you have to take 3 tags in order to destroy your ice, rather than just like 2 credits. The feeling will be quite different, I suspect. I agree that Charm is much more the problem. Do I expect anything else to go? Not really. I really don't think much changes are needed or would improve the meta very much. Lots of stuff is playable. I liked your tier list, Visitron. Maybe I should bring them up and just talk about them. Hope you wouldn't mind that. One moment. Go to YouTube, the video sharing company. And then we skip through the nonsense. Not nonsense, it's very, very well explained. What do we get here? Interesting that you put Essa like right below Seb. I guess not right below. It's a different tier. It's distinctly like. No, this is my Firefox, which I don't use day to day. So I'm not subscribed here because I'm not signed in. I am subscribed to Versatron, as you should all be subscribed to Dull Bulb on YouTube. Almost at 500 subscribers. How's that? That's pretty cool. But Versatron has more than me. Essa is the best runner, but what Seb does is wholly different. Yeah, Seb is not really a runner. Seb is a force of nature. And I should, well, I mean, I was laid off the blocks. You've been doing this for a while, but no, you did deserve it. You have a great cadence and a good perspective on the game. I think I agree with most of what you say. And I kind of agree with this tier list. I actually think maybe you're sleeping on Maggie here. I think Maggie is better than this. Not because of Magic. Magic would only put her in that tier. But I think Control Maggie is just like good. Yeah, being subbed to you does count as an endorsement of your decks because does being subbed to you count as an endorsement? I think it's fair to say if you're subscribed to someone, you wholly endorse not just everything they have ever done, but all of their deeply held beliefs as well. Yeah. And all of everything they will do and everything that they will believe in the future. I think it's probably fair to say. You want to see a deck that I've been working on, Visitron? Because I get putting these two in the middle because they are like objectively good things that you can put good decks into, but it's not super obvious if they're like gonna crush anything. But I think I've just been working like the most boring control mags list ever. Lucy, you should know that. That's just Dull Bulb lore. No, I'm kidding. We'll get into that later. I've just been building. It's funny that I'm building this because it's going to throw people off very hard. The world's most normal Maggie deck. Was this where I'm at? Yeah. Control Maggie. I'm going to bring this probably to some tournaments because everyone's going to think that I'm going to play nonsense, and I'm actually going to play the opposite of nonsense. A slow, glacial, very rich, very like powerful deck with a ice suite, the ice breaking suite that breaks everything for subroutines. And it's slow. That's the only issue. The only thing that speeds it up is like pinhole fittings, kind of like keep the corp down a little bit. It's really slow off the ground. But to be honest, I haven't found that to be an issue in most cases. Is this that rich? This is richer than you could possibly imagine. This might be the richest deck that you can play right now. Like I might start cutting Shore Gambles and Creatives for other faster things because I have too much money. It beats wide trivially. It has an Azimat. It has a hammer. It has Knick-Knack and Coalescence, so it doesn't even need to spend its clicks doing things. It's possible that I could put Illumination here and have it make some sense as well. To make, if you don't ice R&D early, I'm going to get an enormous tempo swing. Environmental testing overcast feels like a trap. I think in this deck, because you have the extra click from Maggie, you actually pop environmental faster than you get your money off casts. Like I very rarely am in a spot where like I'm really struggling to get environmental to pop. I'll play a game with this. Kind of taking a break from the deck doctor thing I was doing, but I think that's probably fine. You guys don't mind, do you? It's a spontaneous stream. No, it's going to take a while because the deck is slow. But Tungsten Taylor, Means that you don't really need to spend many credits. The most money I've made in a deck that was actually good was a Buffer Ashen Crim. What's Buffer Drive for? Just to protect the Ashen? Is that it? That's really expensive. Well, like I say, expensive is slot heavy. That's true, yeah. You guys already are endorsing all of my decisions and actions by nature. Okay, so this could be the asset synapse, or it could be like a glacier synapse, which people like to play synapse very slowly because the ignoring all cost is pretty good. Now this is too much money. It doesn't have lily pad. It doesn't have draw. I really like draw in my opening hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. Um, yeah, so this does have Ashen in it for the purposes of playing everything again, like the coalescences and the. Okay, so it's wide. I'm gonna set up first and let them red stuff, and so I can just see. I'm not gonna rush out the hand, I don't think. So I have two knickknacks, which makes me able to draw again in creative. Because I can just discard one of the knickknacks and the coalescence. Because it's going to go to up, yeah. Pat pat. Why discard leaf? You don't. Maggie installs amongst the discard, so it's not a real discard. Let's get these public access plazas gone before they're online. So let's go server 2. I'm still going to draw twice so I can make sure I'm Maggie maxing there, which is going to be you, which is going to pop straight away to fetch coal, which is going to give me credits. Oh, more paps. Yeah, I definitely don't want to get to Threat 2, so that this gives me tags, so it makes it way more annoying to clear. But I'm going to tunnel in on making sure that I get Maggie, because if you ever don't get Maggie, you're playing the deck wrong, basically. I would like Azimat a lot. Oh! Fancy that. Now I could Paladin. Let's just get rid of the other pap before we take any risks with threat. And then chuck down a pally. And then let's just get cup down in case something expensive comes up. So people were telling me this deck is too slow. I'm not really seeing it. I'm seeing fast to me. How do we beat wide? We just play. I don't have anything to sell, which sucks. Let's run a remote server. Let's run server 9. We're not going to sell anything. Magistrate of Avontule. Trash. I'm going to host this. And do I want to install anything with I kind of don't want to install with Maggie this turn. That seems wrong. Maybe I just overdraw these pinholes and I just like nuke a draw. Maybe this ID doesn't... I'm just going to overdraw some of these, like the Tungsten Tailor maybe. I'd get a DZ down. I don't need you. I need to discard 4. I don't need these pinholes. Do I need either pinhole? I probably do want a pinhole, right? I'll get rid of a buzzsaw for the purposes of I can chip it back later if I really need to. Okay, they've given me a tag, which is a little annoying. I don't really know what to do here. I'm just going to sell this DZ. I'm sick of it. Also, it gets me to sure gamble money is the real reason. Yeah, I think we do trash this while we're here. Then I can draw, credit, sure gamble, remove tag. Oh wait, I removed tag last click. That's not what you're supposed to do. It's fine. Okay, they've installed a Hollow Man, but they can't afford to use it. I install a propeller. I don't know. Yeah, sure, propeller. I assume that they must be on ping and stuff. See you, Zave. I feel like my camera is so yellow. Strange. Let's see what Nuka bestows. Oh, lily pad, very nice. With no programs. Annoying. It would have been nice earlier. I don't think we have a good sell right now, so let's just check what server 11 is without selling anything. Oh, that's expensive. Is it environmental credit? I think we do need an environmental down. And let's get these lily pads down so we can get some card draw, because we're going to need that eventually too. There's 2 muses in the deck, so they should easily be able to pop the... Oh, that's going to cost me some. I could sell this propeller so that I can go and get my coalescence. That's probably fine to do, because it doesn't seem to be installing ice at all. And then I can't quite afford to install this environmental, because I've already, yeah, because I don't have any 1-costers to install. So I'll just install this DZ instead. which will pop my first environmental. And then I'm going to use this one to... I don't need tungsten tailor. I do want a second DZ to make everything cheaper. And now we're online and nothing can stop us. Cool. Now we have Exodia, which is knick-knack, lily pad DZs, muses. We'll eventually find out Ashen. We'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Now, let's see if I can fix my video while I'm here. Is that better? Oh, they are icing. Well, I have a pinhole for that. Okay, do I look more normal now? We can sweep HQ whenever we feel like we need to win. Which of these was Hollow Man? Server 10? Okay. So we just go and get the Hollow Man, I guess. What's this in server 5? Can't give me 2 tags, so... Stink Tank can give me 1 tag. Do I want to remove a tag last click? Yeah, I do. They've already got an agenda installed, so I don't really care. But this was, yeah, technically poorly thought out. They don't install anything. Okay, so it's all agendas, I guess. Bad agendas that you don't want to deal with. I do need to discard something. I guess I discard, like, creative, because I want to get this coalescence down. It's all smooth from here. Why not Principia? I'm going to wait till I get a bit of a discount on Principia. Like, this is a lot more money now. And, yeah, I might as well, okay, they just leave. That's fine. Okay, maybe against, that's a bit cruel against, Synapse. Let's put it onto competitive games. Why not toss it instead of the creative? It doesn't really matter too much. I want it because I've already thrown away a propeller, so I need something to break some barriers. Competitive games. The only thing meaner than bullying 30 asset Synapse is immediately making a lobby saying bring real decks. I'm sorry. Look, I love people bringing their tasty brews to me, but they need to be better than that. Ugh. You guys keen for the weekend? For me, it's after work on Friday. I'm very happy. Not that it was a particularly hard week, to be honest. Oh, okay. Charlotte? That's tough. I almost want to just contest that. So I'm going to ritual. Prove to me that this does something. Probably tattoo. Charlotte tattoo in the opening hand's really good. How do I accept deck doctor submissions? You just send it to me on Discord. Just DM me. I'm in the GLC. You'll be able to find me. Just dull bulb. And I'll have a look. I'm also, to anyone who doesn't know, accepting custom card submissions. So if you've ever made a custom card, if this is like a trap, I'm going to mold. Okay, we're good. I know, I think I don't creative. I think I environmental credit. So that I can install this coalescence and gain some money back. Now, obviously, DZ needs to start taking me value, but we'll get that soon. Yeah, I'm accepting custom card submissions, and I'm going to do a custom card review. So if anyone wants to, has had a cool idea, for Netrunner cards, tell me. It's slightly more efficient to DZ first. It is slightly more efficient to DZ first, except for that I don't want to bottom out. It could be annoying to not have any credit, so I'm going to keep the flexibility up. Okay, found the knick-knack, which is really nice. Now I choose whether I want this SMC or a simulchip. Probably simulchip, so I can get back a call. I've already used the DZ, but... Ooh, Regenesis. Regenesis Sisyphus. Okay, interesting. That's going to be expensive to deal with, but we can do it. Huh. I guess we install DZ. No, it's pretty hard to make runs against this deck until we have the rest of our breakers. SMC is one of them. I'm just going to see if I can draw a breaker. Or a lily pad would also be huge. I'm going to draw past this Sure Gamble, I think. Oof. Okay, Sure Gamble's probably not what we need. We do want SMC. Not for now, but for later. It's not good DZ value, but that doesn't matter right now. I need to find Exodia. Need to find all our breakers and just set up. Okay. I don't know if we can contest server 1 right now, but I'd really like to. It's only one ice, we probably can. Let's Hannah this server 2 first. Give them a second in case they want to do an action on the action, but usually people don't realize this is happening to them. Yeah, oh, it's so expensive. It's probably really big ice in the Sisyphus deck, which could be just a disaster. So I think I just continue setting up. Okay, really good to see that. Not scoring anything. Oppo. Should be fine. If it's another Regenesis, then like, yeah, they get it. Oh, big Oppo, okay. Is it Hannah server 1 time? Is it just run server? Is it Sure Gamble run server 1? Maybe? Maybe that's pretty good. Because if they res this ice, they can't really do too much else. No, but I don't have clicks, so I can Hannah server 1. And then I can clear 4 if I want to. If it's Empiricist, this is expensive for me, but expensive for them. Esker, sure. I will trash. I guess, do I trash? I don't really care. Virus, I'll trash that. Do I chip back in that Principia or maybe a Coalescence? Yeah, there's no real need to spend 3 on trashing that because it's going to be over installed if they're presenting any real threat. I guess they can store a Hollow Man on it, but that was about as good as they get. Strange deck to be running Eskers and Sisyphus. Okay, now I don't have to make a call on chipping in Coalescence or Principia just yet. But the reason I might want to get Principia in is so that my Echelon can get to 5. Okay, they have over-installed it, and they've advanced that, which is cool. I'm going to double dip. I'm going to go and grab my Echelon for 1. And this Simul chip is going to fetch Principia. So that is at 4. Okay, we've got a pretty good ice suite here, but I'm expecting a very expensive set of things to happen to me. Yeah, until I find Tungsten Tail, this is going to be pricey. Let Them Dream is nice. Ooh, those all suck. That's fine. Oh no, I need the lily pad, that's right. Finally. I didn't have one already. Now, eventually we will be richer than Sisyphus, but that's going to take a moment. Okay, they've given us a turn of rest and relaxation. Now I can environmental. Bring me to 1 credit. I think I might hold back this tungsten so they feel like I don't have that much money, but actually I do. Or maybe I will just gamble, credit, gamble. I don't have enough clicks to do all that. Lucy, I've already spent one click. I can't gamble and environmental this turn. I would like to install the environmental before installing the cup and the tungsten, obviously, but there will be more opportunities for stuff like that. We've still got 2 chips and muses in the deck and stuff. It's still very easy to pop environmental. I'm going to make sure I have upfront money ready for next turn, just in case. But I'm going to kind of hold back on showing them that I have Tungsten Tailor. Instead, just install Cup, which draws me a card. So Sisyphus is going to cost them 1 to use it on Vampy. Oh no, you never miss max. You never miss max. So now I have to choose whether I'm environmental here. I think I still do. I will Hannah here. Boto, right? Charlotte Lacosta. Can't afford. Okay, we're very broke until this environmental pops, but that should be pretty soon. Okay, I do have pinholes, and they might not be able to afford to raise other pieces of ice, so we should be fine. Let's Ritual. Simul Chip. I don't have to Simul Chip. I could Game Dragon? No. I don't need Cup, do I? I do need Cup. I could sell Principium and get it back with Chip. That's probably optimal. Because it's worth 4. Because that will pop my environmental, which will give me plenty. Funhouse. Let's go with it. Hey, Jai, how you doing? Are you going to bed? Good night, Singapore. I assume that they'll pop this, and I will cup this, I suppose, rather than Azimat. Azimat's only 2. Maybe keeping this cup around is worth something. No, I don't need Nuka. I don't need either Nuka. Don't need Knick-Knack. And I will install this Game Dragon. Now this will be expensive to deal with the server one. I doubt it's anything good. It could be Evogenesis now. There's a lot of face down, so it's time to check archives. I don't think we need this Azimat, so I'm going to get rid of this to install this Muse. Lilypad will draw. Heap is Coalescence for Paladin money. There's an Esker in here, but that's fine. Hopefully only one Esker, we must assume. 2 Eskers. And a Mavirus. Mavirus, Esker, Let Them Dream, Esker. Do I want to hold on to one of these? Nah. Draw creative. Enter, let's grab chip. And just use it. So server 1 could be upgrade or bite or something. I really don't want to run something until I know for certain that I've played my Ashen, because it's really annoying. You can actually do things without them starting turn. Is that true? I don't know how to do that. Gameplay options, bottom left. Huh. Who'd have thought? Okay. Let's start with Coalescence, because that's loads of money. I don't actually need DZ that as a conduit that much. I'd rather play Ashen, just to make sure that it's played. Now that's played, I can kind of do whatever I want. Run a remote server, we're going to run server 3, we're going to trash this coal. Okay, we didn't RFG our conduit, which is really nice. And now we are richer than God, right? No need to pop this chip right now. I can always do it next turn. Oh, it is a... Hey, I'll give it up. Well done. That's funny. Hey, well played. One thing I didn't check. The one thing. Nice. Yeah, no fear on that with Genesis. Okay, that was impressive. But I think a good showcase of both decks. You can see Shaper's kind of have the best Doom rig. Deck seems slow. I mean, yeah, it was slow. They had time to squeeze out of a Genesis though, which is annoying. But I don't think it's that slow. This is a hell of a board state. I kind of read this as being something incorrect. But after this turn, we were checking this server every single turn for the rest of the game. Maybe I should have, because they didn't pop the Spin Doctor. I should have read that. But we assembled this relatively, when did we install the Buzzsaw? What was the last thing we got? We got... We discarded the bustle early, and then we used Maglin to install, and that was on turn 7. So Doomwig turn 6. Maybe Echelon was the last one? We install Echelon on the off turn of turn... After our turn 7? Yes, that's true. It's at the end. We get the ordering. Is turn 7 Doomwig slower than Anarchist doing it? I'm not so sure. I think that's about right. Let's do it again. I enjoy playing this. This is fun. This is kind of what I was playing at Worlds, and I did really well with it. And now I have the buff of everyone's going to think that I'm playing Magic. Yeah, Hoshiko's could do make faster, that's for sure. But they had extra money card draw and they had the price. It's going to be hard to beat that. Yeah, Hoshiko Doomig. But like, you know, World Tree Arisana got World Tree banned out, and that assembled the Doomig on turn like 7 as well. It was not that fast. I mean, it's not quite the Takobi turbine of the past, is it? But it's got Tungsten Tailor. So it's got Tungsten Tailor and Game Dragon. So this has Lily Pad and Sure Gamble. So I think we just accept that it's a bit clunky, but it's fine. It has what we fundamentally need. I really like card draw in the opening hand, and Lily Pad is really important. Nihilo Agent has been given to us. I think we ignore it. I just do not care. If you want to stick the bad pub, you need to trash it. Yeah, I can do that this time. Now, the end of their next turn, it trashes itself. So this turn, I can trash it for 2, clear for 2, draw, gain credit, and install SMC. I guess I should draw first. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I guess I can still sandwich it. Okay, now I need to find money. Advance? What on earth is this deck? Push a witch hunt, maybe? Crypto crash, okay. I have not found my what's it called? I haven't found any coalescences. This is a big issue because Muse can't actually fetch anything. So I'm just discarding nonsense. This, and I guess Conduit I'm not using anytime soon. But not getting a Maggie Fock or a Lilypad Fock is really bad. And this could be small Oppo again. Which I can clear, but it's annoying. They really made an ID that just said forever draw small Oppo, like Oppos and end of the lines, huh? This is fun. I wanted to get the credit here, Lucy, because otherwise I can't. Maybe I just leave this Nihilo, I don't care anymore. Yeah, I've bottomed myself out. This is bad. I need coalescence. Maybe the lily pad was greedy? I didn't realize how much money I would have to be spending on two small uppos so quickly. Well, I still think it's bad. Like, I don't think they're gonna win. Why do but it's just like annoying. Do I want to install this Muse? Probably not. Let's get rid of Echelon. Oh, I installed it. I don't actually want to install it. I want to get up to Sure Gamble money before I install this environmental. So I'm going to overdraw this Echelon. I don't think any of this is that good. Runners are not afraid of small offers. Yeah, I don't know. We don't we have bounce back from this. We just haven't drawn it. Any coalescence creative would kind of get us out of the hole. And I still don't see how this translates to a win for them just yet. Even if they had like two end of the lines in hand and we chose not to clear, like that's pretty unlikely, right? Icing archives, I guess, for pinhole reasons. Can I take a draw, or am I just credit, sure gamble, environmentaling, or building? Let's get these cooking. Scapegoat. Do I care about my two bad pub? Shuffle into the deck is what, lily pad? Honestly, just shuffle, dude. None of these cards are so good that they're better than two bad pub, I don't think. Obviously, lily pad is really good, but we'll find it again. Remove tag. We can install coalescence now. Oh, I missed my lily pad. Oh, it's another Nihilo agent. They found all of them. I guess you expect that. I haven't really been paying attention to what they've been tutoring for. Maybe it's too late. What are you doing? Okay, they've installed advanced. That's something. And let's grab you out as well. Make sure I can deal with Oppa or Witch Hunt tags, which could happen. Witch Hunt is 3 tags, I believe. Oh, Hollow Man for what? Next big thing. Okay, so they're actually trying to score out. The environmental has set in hand for a very long time. Big Oppo. They can afford to do that, huh? This is, yeah, I don't, to be fair, I don't think it would be played if it was a cast either. They don't have that much money. So what are they going to find more? Yeah, unfortunately, Povanas is a pain for us, hey? Can we contest server 4? We do have some money with SMC because we got loads of bad pub. I need to draw and get some engine going, I think. Let's run server 3. I could... No, that's true. I should have used Hannah for the server 3 one, but there may be... Because if I sure gamble creative here, I don't get the install. Do I care about the install? I do care about the install because it can get me my muse. I don't know what I'm using for. More coalescences. I played this poorly. Is it? Am I popping this environmental quickly? Somewhat quickly, yeah. Because I can get this muse, heap, coalescence. Okay. Witch Hunt. Now, I do not know what ice they're on. I have no idea. How do they have so much money now? Predictive. And they've added Oppo. Alrighty. I guess I poke at at server 4 maybe? I could Hannah poke at server 4, but that could fail and give me a tag. Let me think. So I have plenty of money because I can always flick a simul chip. It's just I can make a run to make more value out of the simul chip. Maybe that's too greedy. I don't really want to leave up this Hollow Man, or at least not without making them spend some money. So let's run server 4 to sell coalescence. Then I'm going to turn this SMC, using my bad pod, into a coalescence probably, so I can have loads of money. And that's gone, so they can't win with that. Now we just remove 3 tags. We can grab a... Do you want a breaker now? Or coalescence? More money. Because we're expecting another big upper. And then end of turn discard should be, I guess DZ is better than Azimat. Okay. Well, like, I don't know if there's like a ping or something, Lucy. And that would be annoying. The cold grab might have been too much money, but like, look how much tags I've taken now. I have economically battled. I'm very happy now that I grabbed that call, so I have money. Now we Hannah, but then it could still be unsuccessful. But if it wasn't ping last time, it probably won't be ping this time. Take 1 tag. You can remove bad publicity. I have more than I need. And I will trash you with my bad pub. And another increased drop rates. You can remove another bad publicity. Because I have so much that it doesn't really matter now. Draw. Draw. I guess environmental. And I'm going to discard this Muse for an SMC, I think. Because they can't do another big opera, right? All the big operas, all the operas are in the bin. The reason I want SMC here is because I can, during a run, go and fetch something nice, which could be good. Okay, using the NBT, maybe trying to set up a YDL or something like that. Predictive for money. Okay, so maybe it's like Valenchal. Let's install a DZ and run the remote. That way I can SMC for something. And also when I do it, environmental will pop. I don't know what they're going to try and do to me. Do I want to use this now? What for? Maybe not, nothing. Behold, sure. I can turn on upper, it's fine. That's fine. I have made a lot of money, it must be said. There's no reason not to trash. All the oppos are gone. So, like, I don't want them just to put a hollow man on it, I guess. Okay, they're spinning things back. They are spinning back vulture funds and unseens and oppos and oppos. I don't think they're going to win the money war the way that they think they seem to think that they're winning the money war. The virus is fine. Draw. Just going to draw and then creative. I probably don't need Azimat. Let's just grab a capitulation out. Now, eventually I need to build a rig that can do ice. We'll figure that out. I'm expecting mostly big code gates. So maybe I should just SMC now for the buzzsaw. Because I have the Principio in hand. Or maybe I should just use bad pub credits. It's just then I don't get my... yeah, I don't need to run every turn. It's fine. Well, there's buzzsaw. Let's just draw past these knickknacks, I guess, which means I can probably use Nuka, to be honest. I would like lily pad installed. And I don't need these knickknacks. And I probably don't need environmental. Do I have another muse? I've used both the muses. I can throw away environmental for now. We should be on easy street. I can go and grab Propeller. Or Coalescence, but I guess it should be Propeller. I don't know they don't have a... There's another Simul Shepherd. I need to think about if they've got a Sentry, but I don't know that they will. Should I Hannah this? Yeah. Tungsten Tail could be useful in case there's some Valen Chows. Funhouse. I'll take a tag, and then I will pay 4. As in, break it for 4. Ping. Okay. Witch Hunt. You may find your big upper. Then it can be remove tag, credit creative, discard coalescence, draw a card, gain 2. Now you can big up on me, but I'm truly not convinced that you can ever win. I felt poor earlier in the game. But no more. We haven't even had to pop Hannah. There's been no emergencies. We're good. Unless they've got like a nano management. But they're on 4-2s. They're not. They just have to kill. Let's install this tungsten tailor with my paladin credits. And now nothing they do will ever cost us any money. Ping. We don't need... we got 6 bad pub. I think we'll be okay. Now, this is like a behold we could technically float a tag, and we'll have to pop Hannah. Tomorrow's headline, that's fine. Okay, they're still clinging on to the Oppo dream, which is quite charming. I'm going to draw. Move tag. Gain a credit. Discarding Principia. Oh wait, was Principia free? It was free. Oh whoops, I should have installed Game Dragon. My bad. I clicked a paladin with the intention of like Visitor, I don't think there's much winning chances left for them. Me forgetting to clear tags is primary win condition. Yeah, Whip Paladin, he was a real one. I still have a Slime chip left in the deck. They haven't proved to me that they have any sentries. I'm gonna go run R&D. Gonna eat this DZ. Oh, they do have a sentry. One moment, I need to say goodbye to my fiancée as she goes. I'm back. I'm being rude. What did they do? They didn't draw any cards. Why not? What do you guys reckon is on HQ? I'll use my bad publicity pool to steal 1, 2. Okay, we control. We control with control Maggie. And you guys doubted me. You guys were like, "Oh, this ED deck is so good. It's your stinky deck is so bad, and my deck is and this deck is good. This deck is garbage. Sorry, Simo. It's not your fault. This deck is not good." I'm pointing at editorial division. So yes, it does beat Iceless Synapse soundly. I would say it beats editorial division soundly with pretty mediocre draw. It's good. It's good for the soul. And I get to assemble a Doom Rig. Like, how fun is that? It's not the fastest way to assemble a Doom Rig in Netrunner. Don't get me wrong. But it does assemble a Doom Rig. So I've completely failed to do a proper deck doctor. I played one game of the deck. I despaired about Orb, and then I went to play my own thing. So I'm sorry if you were here for deck doctor. It didn't really happen. But I'm quite hungry now, which makes me want to fix that by eating dinner. Yeah, I don't know. It was a fun stream. To recap, my thoughts on Magic. I'm happy with what everyone's been saying about it. No one has offended me. You can't really just say what you want. Like that's nothing you could possibly say about Magic or like the rules could bother me. So just, don't worry about that. The ban list, I predict very few changes, but I would really like Seb to be kneecapped a little bit, and I would really like Ob to get banned. Now I know, the only reason Ob hasn't been banned is because they still have the hostages, the Ob players. But, one day I hope that that can be resolved. And yeah, no other real super takes. I will maybe keep working on that Arisana list, but maybe it'll be a deck doctor where I just do the recordings like I used to. Thank you guys for tuning in to the stream. Good to see everyone again. I feel like I haven't streamed in a while, even though it hasn't been that long. I guess it was just a couple late last week, really. But yes. Goodbye. Have a good weekend. I might stream on the weekend as well, but we'll see about that. See ya.